Hello there. Good evening. Welcome. I'm streaming from the backyard again. Hopefully my audio is okay. I just wanted to bring to your attention this white patch here is actually the moon, and it will be shining on me pretty soon. Right now I'm just lit by the camera display and just ambient light from light pollution, but I'm probably going to get a lot brighter. You can see like how much brighter that is. It's about to pop over a building and be very bright. Good evening, Cosmic Ray. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I will be, I'll bring in the Discord server in a bit. But yeah, my head, the top of my head is starting to get lit up. I can do shadow buff. Yeah, I can. I'm like, I think I've hit a new, it's been a while. I guess it loses the effect when you can see the, your hand. I guess if I had it up here, I was like, anyway, I'll stop with that. Yeah, so shadow puppets. Yeah, my face will slowly start getting very lit up. Like the top of my head right now is getting some moonlight. All right, let's move to adjust this a little bit. Oh, I'm not actually imaging that right now. Let me fix that. Oh, evening, Turf. Welcome. Thanks for joining. What you see on the screen right now is actually a stale image. It's I was imaging the North American nebula earlier with the Newtonian. So somehow I ended up the mini PC lost its connection. Oh right, I had it just before the stream. It kind of locked up, so I had to disconnect and reconnect it. Give me a second here. I'll bring the scope back on stream. There we go. There. Hold on. Always happens. Yeah. There we go. Cool. All right, so back to this. As you can see, I'm not imaging it right now. I had moved on. Let me just double check. I think I moved to the Phantom of the Opera Nebula. Yeah, but I haven't started imaging it, so we'll get that going. Put the nude on the double. Let me see if that's visible. Because the problem, again, that I have over and over again is sorry, I had to turn up the brightness on my screen. So the double bubble, there is a double bubble, but the double is epsilon layer higher, which is also Oh, right. HIP 91919 is the catalog number. Let me look that up. I need to remember that. It's a relatively easy number to remember. And it is, yeah, it's to the west. So another reason why I need to visit a dark site at some point in the near future. So unfortunately, no double right now. So let me try. You can see the top of my head is starting to get lit up by the moon. So yeah, I'll have to stick with this. Guiding is okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. We'll see how this goes. And then the Seestar S30 is sitting right over in front of me, and I will get that going on something shortly. And I really need to dust off. I have like another S50, and I need to start using that again. Also, the S50 at Starfront, it was finally polar aligned yesterday, apparently, because they updated the ticket a little earlier this afternoon, saying that it was done. So I needed. I'm probably going to just check the alignment to see if it's okay, and but I probably won't use it until tomorrow, the earliest. So you can see the moon is slowly shining on my face. Do the hand puppets again. I need to practice that. So next time I'm out here, I can do proper hand puppets. Okay. This is the Phantom of the Opera nebula. One thing I've been using that I hadn't used previously is the color correction in SharpCap. I just started using that the other day. There isn't a whole lot of data yet, but I might end up having to do a normal stretch with this for now. Let this go for a little bit, and then I'll any suggestions for the S30. But before I forget, I should bring on let's see this work. Let me see. There we go. Oh, I need to hit that. And then I don't stream much from OBS on my laptop these days, but since I've been sitting outside, I've been doing that more. Or that's the only way I can do it out here generally. Okay, cool. So this is what's the target? And it's Donkulus streaming on Discord. Oh, the font is microscopic here because I'm just on my laptop screen, so it's a little challenging. Let me go back. Wait, is this not updating? Hold on. The sharp cap is not updating. So I might have to do something a little quick here. Let's see. Screen capture. Move that down. There we go. And it is massively oversized. Fix that real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. It was, and actually it's still not right. That's okay. So now I should be able to fix it more easily. It's always something. Let's see. Just waiting for it to. Sometimes the screen capture settings take a little bit of time in OBS. At least on my Mac, they do. There we go. There we go. See, it already was imaging, and I don't know why it froze. Hopefully it won't do that again. Otherwise, it's a bit frustrating. Okay. Let's look at the stacking here. And I'm gonna try to do the color calibration and see what that comes up with after 9 minutes. Now, one thing that's going to be quite the challenge tonight is the moon. Because it's like I only have limited sky, and it's right in the middle of the sky that I can see from my backyard. So right now I'm imaging the Phantom of the Opera, which is about as far away from the moon as I can get in my backyard, but it's going to be challenging. I think I'm going to go back to the non-color corrected stretch here. just do the default one that I usually do. Just cranking up the brightness. We'll probably have some interesting gradients tonight because of the moon. The good thing is it looks like it's going to be clear for at least the next week or more. So the moon will be, I think it's full moon tomorrow, and then it'll be kind of getting out of the way. Let's see. Oh, evening dark shades. Beaver supermoon. It is very bright. It's really bright. Like what you see right now is the moon lighting my face, which is kind of crazy. And then earlier I had shadow puppets. Evening Donkulus. It's been a while. I know I'm sharing your imaging session there, but it's been a while. Let's see. Some gray. So gray is dreaming. Man, that moon. It's like you almost don't need lights. Now, one thing is the telescope itself doesn't have, the moon isn't shining on it yet, and the Seestar, the moon isn't shining on it yet. So we'll see how things go once that happens. Which galaxy are you imaging? Oh, the southern pinwheel. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just need to give it a lot of time. I was going to check the Seestar. And so what target do we want for that? I can't actually image the moon right now because it is in the... actually, I think I have it pointed at Andromeda. Kind of curious how bad that gradient is, so I might go ahead and try imaging that. Yeah, you can see that gradient, that the green on the one side is pretty brutal, but still, all things considered, I have the SV Bony 7 nanometer dual narrowband filter on. I am thinking eventually I'll get the 3 nanometer one, which should be a lot maybe more resilient to light pollution. Okay. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's, I guess, like the eye holes of the Phantom. So, yeah, this might work. I'll maybe give it half an hour more or so. So I actually did point the S30 at Andromeda, but I'll request it. For some reason, the last time I used this, I did not try to do go-to in ESC, which is my experimental scope control or experimental scope creep. And I don't know why I didn't, because one of the things it lets you do, like ALP, is change the gain. So I'm going to change it to 250, and we'll see if that makes a difference. It should basically have been pointing at M31, so That's fantastic. I see it is not. This is going to be kind of annoying because I've already changed targets and it's still showing the old. I mean, not targets, the screens. It's still showing the old screen. I'm getting kind of hungry. I think someone's barbecuing nearby. All right. I may have to rethink this using OBS on my laptop for streaming. Yeah, see, this is what I actually had what I'm actually seeing on the screen, but I need to make some adjustments. There we go. So this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be, given the gradient. I mean, it's pointing at. I mean, M31 is not that far from the moon. Now, granted, light pollution's a big problem on a good day here, but at least the moon isn't shining on the scope yet, so maybe we'll see how that goes as it continues to get higher in the sky. But all things considered, I'm surprised it's not as, that there isn't more gradient. But that's fine, take it. Oops, sorry. Let's check the chat. Yeah, I mean, it could, I don't know, it could be. I mean, yeah, I think so. I guess it depends on your skies. I mean, I've found that I got usable data in really dark skies and sometimes usable data even with my light pollution, because the moon doesn't make a huge difference sometimes because it's just bad already. The pip URL, you go, let me bring it up. Hopefully this will, it won't, let's see if this, I need to use my portable monitor next time. So I go, well, I've got it in full screen mode. I'll get it out of full screen mode. And then if you bring up the picture-in-picture, it's been a while since I changed it. Is it this one? Yeah, that's not obvious. That's wrong. I mean, I need to change that. But yeah, you click on this thing, and then let me change it to small. And then you can go general and custom URL, or you can pick, it can pre-fill the URL if it's a Team All Sky camera or an Indy All Sky camera, then you just type the host name. So like I'm running a all sky camera at Starfront, and it looks like they're doing something there. So let me see what they're doing. Man, look at that moon. Looks kind of crazy. It's like daylight. Huh. Must have been a temporary thing. I don't see a camera. I mean, a red light right now. And this is a new camera. It's more sensitive, but I think they may need to decrease the gain on it because it really looks super bright. Did they leave a red light on my, or did they unplug? Let me look at something. Yeah, let me go check on this. And let me adjust. Actually, let me try doing the color calibration again. Maybe that'll make it a little better. Because sometimes if I don't do that, it ends up like overly red. Even when there's a target that has a lot of kind of red in it from hydrogen gas, it still sometimes ends up over. Yeah, that's not good. So let's go back to what I had. There we go. Bring up the brightness. You can start seeing some of the phantom. I need to check to see how much longer I can image this before it goes behind a building. All right. Yeah. So let me, man, that whatever people are cooking nearby, it smells really good. Oh, interesting. Good evening, Star Traveler. Yeah, I mean that whole situation was kind of weird. Okay, where is this? See, the OBS stalled again, and that's really gonna frustrate me. Yeah, I can't do. Oh, God, there was a way to basically have it grab or just. Yeah, restart capture. There we go. That was a lot faster. But yeah, you can see the gradient is pretty bad. Yeah, no, I mean it's good. I mean, I don't have much. I've known people who've worked for NASA here in Houston, but I haven't really talked to them much about how things are run. So most of my opinions are based on external observation, just reading information out there. Yeah, having somebody with, fresh take on things and maybe bring some more different energy could be good. Let me see. Okay. the reason why it showed the red display is when they were redoing the alignment. I think they unplugged my camera and maybe plugged it back in. But yeah. Yeah, so sometimes I end up having to reboot the computer, reboot the Raspberry Pi that's running my ALSky camera, but I'll have to look at that later. Although one thing, actually I could reboot it. I don't know what I'm thinking. But first, before I do, let me try checking the polar alignment on, let me try checking the polar alignment on my Seestar at Starfront. Okay. Moment of truth. I'm getting so hungry smelling that. Like I say, I think it's barbecue or whatever it is. It smells good. So there were three things that I asked them to do at Starfront. One was to power cycle the telescope because it was in a bad state and I couldn't run a go-to. The other problem was, or not the problem is, I think there was some slippage, and so I asked them to swap out the plate that the Seestar was on. And then the third thing was polar alignment. And they had swapped out the plate and power cycled it, and then they were like, well, we kind of readjusted kind of the direction it was pointing, but they didn't do a proper polar alignment. And I looked, and it was out by 4 degrees or 5 degrees. So I asked them to align it again, and which they did. And so we're about the moment of truth here. Could need a drum roll. Oh! You can tell based on you might be able to tell how happy I am about. Oh, that's interesting. You notice now, like the moon, there's like a shade. It's because shadow. The moon's actually going behind kind of the eave of a house, and but then it'll be back. It's only temporary. Yeah, let me bring up the polar alignment here so people can see what I'm seeing, because they made a change, but that's looking nice. It's looking very nice. Starting to get some of the dust laying in Andromeda. And again, this is the S30 sitting here in the backyard. So yeah, let's look together at the polar alignment. I don't think it's polar aligned. Going out on a limb here, but over 3 degrees in altitude and 1.8 in azimuth. Yeah. Well, the good thing is I opened that ticket just over 2 weeks ago. So, all right, let me tell them that they need to try again. Anyway, so that's fantastic. All right, so we're up to 30 minutes. Now on the Newtonian front, so this is a new camera that I just got last week, but I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on a normal, on just a plain coma corrector. And supposedly that's showing up tomorrow. So if all goes well, might not live stream tomorrow, but Thursday. And I'll be able to test it out Thursday. So let me, although I might stream to Discord at some point, just while I'm kind of doing kind of an initial checking the focus, trying to get back focus and stuff like that, instead of trying to do it on a live stream. Okay. Let's see. All right. Cool. Nice. All right. So yeah, Phantom of the Opera. Next target, I'm thinking something near Phantom of the Opera. I was thinking of imaging. What was that? Unless anybody has suggestions. Let's see. Let's see. How much time do I have left? Actually, what I might do is change targets right now. I was thinking of imaging kind of the center of the question mark nebula, which is NGC 7822. So I think I am going to try that. Starflight. Interesting. Yeah, thanks. But I didn't get the reducer. Like, that's still on my list. The coma corrector reducer, the Nexus. But I mean, there's still so many things on the list. It never ends. It really never does. Okay, so NGC 2. So I am going to stop this, and I'm going to go to select. Okay, pause guiding, and the scope's on the move. There we go. So it is pointing. Let's see how the guiding's going. Not bad. I haven't really polar aligned it in a while. I just try to roughly get it aligned. So I could probably get the guiding better, but it's good enough for what I want. All right, so let's check on Andromeda. Nope, not Andromeda. There we go. It's looking good. Actually, what I need to check is, sorry, I'm remiss. Yeah, no. All right. Yeah, I am pleasantly surprised that this is doing as well, given the moon not being too far away from Andromeda. I mean, it's not like right next to it, but it's still, considering there's no filter on this. You can see the moon starting to peek behind the roof of the building again, so you can see the light on my head here. All right, 3-minute exposure, so waiting for the first sub to come in on the question mark nebula, but just the center of it, because it's a pretty large nebula, and so I won't be able to image the whole thing. See? Raccoon cat. No, I don't. And I need to use that thumbnail that was it Midlife Crisis did, where he put the raccoon on the thumbnail. But I don't actually see that. You know what? Like, there's some people who are out like barbecuing, and I hear some other people in a backyard, and I wonder if like there's too much activity, and so the raccoon isn't out. Because the other night when the raccoon was going back and forth, well, it was on Halloween, but it was really quiet. There wasn't anybody. I was the only one out. So yeah, no raccoon cam yet, but that's a good reminder. I need to set up something for that. That's okay. So we got the first sub. So let me try stretching that. Okay. Wonder if this will do better. Let me turn that off. Oh. Reset this. That's a little better. I think because the background subtraction is turned on, and when you do the color calibration. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes the color calibration produces much better colors, but maybe it will once there's more data. But for now, I'm just shutting all that off. There we go. And in here. Oops. Brighten it up. So I'm gonna leave that. It's kind of I mean, this covers a lot of the question mark nebula, but it's mostly just the center bit of it. That's looking nice. Looking very nice. Pretty happy with that. Oh, hello, Star Pictures Miami. Welcome. It's been a while. Hello, Victor. Nice pictures. Thank you. Hello, Zidre. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, that's zoom in on that a little bit. So this is Andromeda with the Seestar S30 in my backyard under lots of light pollution, and the moon, as you can see, the my shadow puppets aren't as good now. But I'm actually, I have no artificial light on me right now. It's just the moon shining on me. Kind of bright. And that shot, this shape here, funny enough, is a neighbor satellite dish. Funny enough. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, it's M31, Messier 31, the Andromeda galaxy. So kind of closest large galaxy. Not the closest galaxy, but the closest kind of spiral. And let's check this out. I need to I'll wait until a third frame comes in about a minute, and then I'll adjust the stretch again to try to make it a little less red, a little less saturated, but also realistic. All right. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice target. It's nice and bright. I'll probably move to another target, but I have to kind of be careful or mindful of the moon. Right now, the telescope's in the shadow of a building, but at some point the moon's going to be blasting down on it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Open star clusters. Maybe I'll do that with the S30. That's what I'll do. I'll do the double cluster. I'll do that next. Yeah, that's a nice target. And it's also kind of not, it's a little further away from the moon, or about as far as I can in my backyard. Okay, let me go back to this. Because of the wind, something shifted, and I'm like super paranoid about the raccoon. But I think the people went in because it's quiet out now. So I wonder, or maybe they're outside. No, I hear them. They're still out here. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, the moon gradient is just really bad. The this green. But what I could do is zoom in a bit. Good. Zoom in and see some of the detail here. Is it just me, or is this pixelated? It's just noisy. I mean, it's got a few minutes, 9 minutes of data, but also a lot of light pollution going on right now. So I'll zoom out a little bit so it's not this. But yeah, all things considered, this is like just live stacking it. I mean, there's software where you could kind of remove the gradient and clean up some of the noise. Yeah, and our sister, yeah. It'll take a while. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, on a night like tonight, I'm not expecting it to go away. I will try to do, let me see how much longer I can image this. Oh. Yeah, see, the problem is once I get to the meridian, it looks close, but it's still, I still probably have 20 minutes that I can image this. So I will. And we'll see how the moon, once the moon starts shining on the telescopes, we'll see if things start deteriorating. No, it does not. It doesn't have a cooler. But right now it is in the mid 60s here, and it's going to get down into the low 50s. So, I mean, it is like a good 20, 25 degrees cooler than it usually is. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm not. It would be nice if they did, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Yeah. Oh, okay. Double cluster on Discord. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Was it gray? Right. Make this a little larger on my screen, and then make it a little larger here. And of course, it's stale, but let me fix that real quick. Give me a moment. It's the issue I keep having where OBS stops reading the contents of a window. I don't know why. There we go. Better. So this is cosmic ray imaging the double cluster. 2 open star clusters. Looks very nice. I mean, again, given that we're dealing with the moon, it's not too bad. Or it's pretty good. Okay. Let me go check on the nebula, the question mark. We are up to 5 subs. 5 3-minute frames. I keep rerunning the color calibration, hoping it comes up with a better result, but that's not too bad. Let me zoom in a little bit. I am curious to see how this cleans up and you know, bringing out some of these details here, like this this like some of this nebulosity and kind of the dark nebulosity. But again, the moon isn't helping, and my light polluted skies aren't helping either, so what can you do? And that's awesome. I'm like talking about stuff as I'm pointing it out on the screen, and I look at OBS and it's still pointing at the old at a stale image. What I was trying to show is, you know, some of oops, did not need to do that. Some of these features, the dark nebulosity and some of these other kind of, you know, dust lanes and stuff. Just see how they turn out with some little cleanup in software. But it is still super noisy. I mean, it's mostly the moon at this point. So, unfortunately, not much we can do about that. Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. Very nice. I'm definitely intrigued when you have more you can say about it. Gonna launch a drone. Yeah, I think that might be frowned upon. Oh, nice. First use of new firmware. Yeah, I need to update the S50. I mean S30 with the new firmware. Invite myself over. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some other time. It does smell good. All right. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. I hadn't interjected that, so I thought I'd do that. It does help the proverbial algorithm, especially with live streams, because the time shifted because of, like, I was starting at 8:30, but because of daylight savings time ending, I moved it to 7:30. I might play around with the times a little bit just to see what the best time is. Might start as early as 7, but then it's like pretty early on the West Coast. So I might just stick to 7:30 or 8 p.m. US Central. Let's see how this is going. It's doing well. It's doing very well. Wonder what I should image next. I could try doing that double. That causing gray hat up. I might do that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this too much longer because the moon's about to, well, still a bit of time before the moon starts shining on the telescope, but I'm gonna stop this. And oops. Hopefully this will actually stop. Yeah, my network's being a little glitchy too. That's not helping matters. I said last time, because of the raccoon, that I go back to streaming inside. But here I am outside again. But I might maybe next time I will go inside, because this is less of a I mean, I'm making it work, but it's not as stable as I would like it to be. It's NGC 884, I think. Okay. I guess I can always go back to the phone. Four. Okay. And go. It is moving targets. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. They added Caldwell catalog. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, neat. Neat. The luminous red notebook. That's cool. I guess I didn't know there was a nova on Andromeda. I mean, there's always something popping off somewhere, but didn't about that one particularly. That's cool. I bring it up on screen. Okay. I wasn't sure if when I was adjusting things, if I somehow messed up the display. Okay, so let's go start this up. I need to reboot that scope. Okay, here, yeah, nice. So, minimize that. Expand that, and just starting, it only has 1 frame. It's good, off to a good start. Okay, let's see. Oops. Yeah, I definitely, maybe before next live stream, I'll update the S30 to the latest firmware. I haven't had a chance to kick the tires on it, or not so much the firmware as the app, the latest app that came out a few days ago. I love how bright the moon is. That's like ridiculous. I need to make this camera easier to like remove so I can like point it up at the sky, so people know I'm actually sitting outside, that it's not. Let's see. Right. That's fair, but that's good to know. I need to check that out. See where that is. Let me. Okay, that's looking good. Nice. Lapse that. And zoom out a little bit. It's looking like. And again, given that the moon is not quite hitting the scope yet, but it is pretty high in the sky, it's not looking too bad. Okay. I zoom out a little bit. And let me see about trying to color calibrate this. I mean, the moon. It's ultimately the moon is the biggest challenge tonight. Still not too bad. The core of the question mark nebula. And not quite the core, but like the center. Over half the center. Like, it's not a small subset. It's a pretty decent sized subset. Like, there's an outer ring of nebulosity that I'm not picking up because it's too. I'd have to use a different telescope with a lower focal length to capture that. I am seeing some details here that like this little detail here. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, let me check that out. Our names are login names, not the screen name. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So I noticed that too. It's kind of weird. How does it hold collimation? So far, it's been pretty good. I mean, I try to be careful when I take it off the mount. So I have it on a tripod and a two-way mount, and every night or whenever I take it out, it sits on a shelf on some foam, kind of cheap foam padding I got. So that way, at one point I was putting it back on the mount when I bring it in, but that ended up being too much of a pain. So I just sit it on a shelf and then and bring in the tripod. And so, like a couple times a night, so I'm like putting it on the, trying to carefully put it on the tripod and also trying to carefully put it on the shelf. And unfortunately, it's like a baker's rack. And so I need to raise one of the shelves because sometimes I don't bang it quite into the other shelf, but it ends up making contact with one of the other shelves when I'm trying to get it in there. And even in spite of that, I did the initial collimation on it, and then I recollimated it like a few weeks after that, and that's all I've done so far. Now, once I get the coma corrector, maybe it'll be more apparent when it's out of collimation, but the last time I did the collimation, the first time I did it, I used a Cheshire eyepiece. Second time I used a laser collimator, a cheap one I picked up. But so far it's, I try to keep the knobs kind of tight, and I try not to jostle it too much, but there is some level of jostling, and yet it seems to have kept it reasonably well to my eyes. Yeah, no, thanks. It's that's with the an 8-inch Newtonian in my backyard, Skywatcher Quattro. I've been pretty happy with it. I mean, part of the reason I ended up getting it was just I'm in Bortle 9, like a pretty bad Bortle 9. I'm in like central Houston, and so there's like 7 or 8 million people in the metro area, and I'm like near the middle of it. So that's interesting. So I had messed around with that a little bit. Then maybe that's also something I need to try on stream. Actually, I didn't use Nina. I ended up using SharpCap because SharpCap detected that there was it supports alpaca devices, and so one day I was looking at it and I saw, oh, there's a alpaca camera and an alpaca mount. So I connected to it, and I was able to view the live camera feed off the Seestar. But I'll have to do that either with SharpCap or Nina with a Seestar. So collimation is so the telescope I have is a Newtonian, and there are 2 mirrors in it. So you've got the tube, telescope tube. On one end you have a parabolic mirror, and then you have a flat mirror that the light comes in, goes to the flat mirror, and then goes out the side through a hole, and that's where the camera is. Anyway, those mirrors have to be aligned properly, because if they aren't, your star images can be distorted, or other problems. You might not be able to get focus across the entire frame, and so it's funny because like I've had reflectors in the past, and when I was much younger, and I avoided trying to collimate things, but basically there's a few different tools out there that help you with that. One of which is basically just a let me bring it up here. Oops. Let me see, is this showing up on Nina? Of course it isn't. Let me try to fix that. I am definitely gonna have to, it might just be my computer. I might just need to reboot it, but let's see. So, oops. So the one thing I have is called Cheshire eyepiece. I don't 100% know the $42. Nice. Basically, it's an eyepiece. You put it in the focuser, and it's got a kind of crosshair kind of thing in there, and by looking through it, there's like a spot on the mirror, in the center of the mirror, and so basically by kind of adjusting these screws, like just three thumb screws on the main mirror, and one on some little kind of Allen wrench things on that flat mirror. You basically center basically make everything concentric. The laser collimator is this is the one I got, I think. It's something like that, but it's a similar idea, except it uses lasers. Everything's better with lasers. And, well, that isn't exactly the one, but basically it has a similar thing where you have like a target, and if you adjust everything and the laser goes in the center of the target, everything is correctly aligned theoretically. So that's basically it. So you end up with, and the problem is, since those mirrors, like I said, they have thumb screws. Now, technically, there's two sets of thumb screws. There's 6 thumb screws on the main mirror. 3 of them are locking ones to just basically fix things, and then there's 3 adjustments. So you basically loosen the things. It takes a few minutes. It's not too bad, but ideally, it's something you don't do all the time, and so far it's been pretty good. Yeah. Hello, Mark. Yeah, I need to try that. I'll do that next live stream. It'll probably be Thursday. The good thing is I have a nice. We're in the time of year where we sometimes will get a series of cool fronts through, and if the fronts are just strong enough, it'll keep moisture from coming off the Gulf and clouds. And so we've had a few in a row where it's just kind of cleared everything out. One of them, we had like a day of rain, and then blue skies, no clouds. The seeing is pretty good. The air is cleaner because it pushed all the junk out of the air, and so yeah, we've had a few in a row, and it looks like we're going to have at least 1 or 2 more within the next 10 days, and so we're having quite a nice stretch. So, hello, Hachito, welcome. Oh, NGC 247. I'll have to check that. So it's the mirrors, and it's something that theoretically you have to do with all that can be done with all telescopes, but in practice, certain types of telescopes are more sensitive to that and need it the kind of telescope. The kind of telescope I have is a Newtonian, and those are particularly they're more sensitive. But if you have most refractors aren't as sensitive because the like with the Newtonian, it's supporting the mirror from the backside, and so it can shift. But in the case of refractors, the lens is sometimes like it's held from two, like it's not like necessarily glued into the tube, but it's held in place, you know. So it can't really shift the lens on a lot of refractors. So in practice, you don't generally need to do that with a refractor. Some other types of telescopes have similar things where the optical elements are more locked in place, and so you don't tend to have to worry about collimation. I lost my train of thought. It happens. Oh, I was going to shrink this, but I was also going to refresh it because, again, it was stale image. Some nights are like that, you know? Some nights on the live stream, everything goes completely smoothly, and other nights it's a series of technical glitches. Okay, Claw Nebula, or Claw Galaxy. Let me make note of it, NGC 247. 247. Oh, wow. Huh. And it's part of the Sculpture group. That's cool. The Sculpture Galaxy is pretty neat. I have the wrong filter on the scope right now for that, but I need to image that. Try imaging that again with the Newtonian. Okay, now, yeah, the Sculpture Galaxies are cool. The Seestar, actually both scopes are now in the moonlight, so let's see how we're doing that. See if there's any issues. Okay. Oops. Sorry. All right. Let me mess with the stretch on this because it's kind of a little. Now, some of it I don't know how much of it is from gradient. In which case, I might have to move on to another target. Actually, sometimes the moon will start hitting it and things rapidly fall apart. Like this part here, I think some of that might be so I'm going to go ahead and stop that. and move on to some other target. How much time did I end up with on this? 42 minutes. All right, I'm going to stop that while I figure out what next. Oh, nice. That's looking nice. Calculus. Very nice. Let me switch to this view. Okay, let's just. Okay, there we go. And make sure that OBS is behaving. It is not. And okay. All right, what am I? Yeah, the problem is sometimes OBS ends up lagging, but this looks cool. So let me expand that. That looks nice. Restart the capture. Cool. All right. Actually, I need to move this over so we can see it. There we go. All right. Good. The moon is rough. Which target is that? Is that the sculptor? Yeah, sculptor. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't easily. I only have a very narrow window where the sculptor galaxy is visible from my backyard, and it isn't right now. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby. I mean, that is the nice thing about the Seestars. They're relatively inexpensive, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of brutal. 40 Draconis. Let me look. 40 Draconis. Okay. Unfortunately, it's behind a building. And speaking of which, the Newtonian is getting really close to doing a meridian flip, so I need to quickly figure out something to point it at. Let's see. Gotta try to stick to things that are as far away from the moon as possible. And let's see. Well, maybe I'll just try the Heart Nebula for now. It's not ideal, but I see 1805. Let's try that. All right. Actually, I also should see if there's anything due south that's worth imaging, because that's pretty far from the moon. Yeah, I mean, the sculpture is pretty awesome right now, especially because I can't image it. 40 draw. Yeah. Hello, the GIS guy. Welcome. Thanks for joining. 40 draw. Yeah, it is. It's behind a building. Unfortunately, my pathologically bad backyard. Let's see. Sorry, I just, while it's panning, I'm just looking at. It looks very nice as I'm talking from behind Donkulus's sculptor galaxy. Very nice. Yeah, it's YouTube's mess that way sometimes. I ended up resorting to I use in Chrome or other similar browsers profiles very heavily, and I try to keep different, like I have a personal YouTube ID that I just use for watching videos, and then I have like this channel ID, and I keep them in separate profiles just to avoid crossing that, not having worlds collide. Okay, start this. The guiding is not terrible, but problem is okay. Reason it's black is there hasn't been any frames captured yet, so that would make sense. One thing that's looking nice. I mean, all things considered, given that the moon is shining on the scope, it's say it's looking. Just taking a photo of of the scope. But all right. Let's go back to this. Almost up to one frame. So let me in that so I can start working on exposure of it. So this will be interesting. It's, you know, it's kind of at right angles from the moon, but it is like basically full moon right now. So let's see what we get. Not bad for one sub. I'll take it. Yeah, I will definitely take that. Actually, let me try turning off the background thing. Yeah, I definitely take that. I'll try doing the color calibration once I've got a little bit more data, but I'm definitely, I mean, you can see like it's not the full Heart Nebula, but you can see kind of one part of it, and then the other kind of lobe of it is here, and then that's the heart of the heart. So I will definitely take that. It is it is funny how bright the sun, how bright the moon is. It almost looking at the video, it almost doesn't look like it's like I can't possibly be sitting outside, but yeah, I'm sitting outside. In an equatorial, so you can do 10-second. Yeah, I mean, just like for the Seestar, all you need is like a wedge. Yeah, that should be enough. I mean, that's basically all I have. Is I have my star tracker wedge on my on the S30 over here, and seems it works fine. Let me see what's up to the south before I forget. The Skull Nebula is starting to be visible, but it's only briefly visible because it's really low between some buildings in the backyard, and I don't know when I can actually see Sculptor Galaxy. Yeah, not for close to another hour, and only for about 40 minutes. So I probably won't get to that tonight. Since I did start the stream relatively early, I'm not about to stop it, but I might end up stopping a little, not run as late as usual, just because the moon is kind of being a hassle right now. Taller tripod in the way. Yeah, I mean, basically what I have is, oh, you're only running stock. Yeah, what I'm using is, but see, I already had it. Let me bring up what I have. What I have the S30 on. It's actually, of course, it's stalled. Let me reload that. Cool. Okay, so I have it's a Skywatcher. It was the Star Adventurer. Which train? Oh, it came with another thing. So basically, I have. No, it's not that. So it's sort of fast. It just I just happened to have this, or I bought it for the solar eclipses, but basically I have this tripod, which is like a full height. Let me see if they have an overview photo. But you can buy just the tripod, because it's the head that's the expensive part on that. And I don't think I paid that. I think I got it on sale. But basically, I have like this tripod here, and the star tracker. I have a Skywatcher star tracker, and it came with like a simple, inexpensive wedge, and that's what I'm using. Yeah, I have like one of these Skywatcher. It's basically this mount here, or this wedge, like this white part down here, and up to here is basically what the Seestar is sitting on. Did I close? Okay. I was afraid I closed the window. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's how it starts. It's a slippery slope. Yeah. It's like I can't tell you how many times it's like just one more purchase. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me the single biggest quality of life upgrade for the Seestar for me was putting it on a bigger tripod. It seemed to help a lot. Also just to help from not having to reach down and work on it. And I have a secondary concern. We have dogs, and there were a couple times. Well, one of the dogs did lift its leg, shall we say, on one of the tripod legs. It would have been bad if they would have done it on the Seestar with a stock tripod. That would not have been good. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the tripod was a big thing. Even before I did like the wedge, like I was just running it alt azimuth, but on a tripod, and I like that. Yeah, no, I mean it's cool, and it's like it's amazing what you can image with it. Like I've imaged, planets and asteroids and clusters and supernovas and um, galaxies, nebulas. Yeah, just kind of the gamut of things. Quasars. I've imaged quasars with a Seestar. Yeah, so the space station crossing the sun, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, occultations when the moon went over Saturn last year. I think it was last year. So yeah, it's almost no end to things that you can do if you're and a lot of them don't take much time. If you're motivated and take a lot of time, you can do just that much more. But like a lot of those things I mentioned, well, most of them I did from my Bortle 9 backyard. So basically anybody should be able to do that if I'm able to get image a quasar from my backyard. All right, let me. Hey, the image stalled again. Yep. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna try doing the color calibration to see what it does. It did knock down the red a lot, which is good. Sometimes I mean, this is a dual narrowband filter, but sometimes it ends up a bit. Maybe try to darken it. I mean, all things considered, given that it's full moon, basically, yeah, it's not terrible. All right. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. That reminds me. I'd be going on a car trip, and I was coming up with a list of things to pack, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to bring my full telescope. No excuse not to bring the Seestar, so I need to remember to pack up. Maybe I'll just bring the S30. Well, maybe I'll bring the S50. We'll see. New firmware moon. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely plan on trying out the new firmware by next live stream. Yeah, because I'm still. I think the S30 has the one before the current one, so it's not too far out of date. The S50 I have, both S50s are kind of out of date. The one locally is just because I hadn't turned it on recently, and the one at Starfront just because it's not straightforward to upgrade the firmware because I'm running ALP there, and I haven't wanted to try to deal with remotely upgrading it and possibly not breaking it, but having it end up in a state that I can't fix it remotely. Oh, what did that? So I'm a little not gun shy about it, but I don't want to push my luck. Okay. How much time do I have on the heart nebula? Uh, 15 minutes. Try. Okay. Yeah, I'm really I got a bit more time on this a few days back on the Heart Nebula with this scope. I'm definitely curious to see how some of this detail in here turns out. I just haven't gotten to it. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go look at the. Oh, hey. Donculus has the moon. Moon in the house, as it were. Or in my case, outside of the house. Well, it is outside of the house everywhere. Hopefully you don't have a moon in the house. That made sense before I said it. All right. Just looking at, I mean, this is still looking pretty good given the, well, let me see if the image is stale. Because sometimes I've had that issue where yeah, well, it's not too bad. I think I might pick another target for the S30. Let's see if there's another star cluster that might be good. Nice. No, that was so funny. Nice. Good one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, show up. Yeah, no, that's good. It's good. We know who to blame. Let's see. Be a good cluster. Pleiades is starting to rise, but it's kind of, yeah, I don't think I want to push my luck with that. And it's also just that much closer to the moon. Yeah, would be a good. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Well, I mean, I can see it directly. I mean, like, look at that. It's like it's like the sun. Need to wear sunglasses. Just trying to find. Oh, I mean, I'm not going to image it right now, but the fossil footprint nebula is above the roof line now. Something to keep in mind on other nights. Let's see. Horseshoe cluster, Longmar, letter S, Caldwell 10, NGC 663. Let me try it. Rosette, the rosettes, yeah, I mean, even if it were up, I think it would be behind a building until really late, unfortunately. So I'm going to try NGC 663. Try that. Yeah, I think I should make, yeah, I think that might be good. Well, we'll see how it goes. I think I need to make more of a habit of cutting the live stream short on nights where it's a full moon or near a full moon, just because it's so challenging. I feel like sometimes I struggle to image a lot of targets because they're either too close to the moon or they're behind a building. Whatever. I'm not stopping right this instant, but it's just I won't be going till midnight. Let's put it that way. At least not tonight. We can stay up late. Yeah, no, I think. Oh, only 1:30. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no, unfortunately here, my image on Discord. Oh, wait a second. Thanks for telling me. Sorry. The problem is I'm like dealing with a small screen, and so it's I don't have OBS on the screen. Oh, the moon was there. But yeah, I don't have OBS up on the screen all the time. What happened? Did I break it? Did the moon just shrink? Doesn't sound like I'm very good. Yeah. No, I mean, well, and especially because like the moon is like the moon's going to be. Oh, you went to Saturn. Cool. Okay, I was going to say the moon really shrunk if but yeah, the moon's going to be up all night, pretty much. So, not. It would be one thing if I didn't have any more clear weather. I would try to do a little bit more, but given that tomorrow night's going to be clear and the night after and the night after, it's too bad about the gradient, but otherwise I mean, there's like a lot of nice details showing up in here. And then this is just because of the stretch. It's kind of, and the gradient, but there's data there too. So. LDN, let me look at that. LDN 1532. Oh, Taurus dark cloud. I have tried imaging that at Starfront when the moon was not in the way. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. Little flame nebula. Oh, oh, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, no, that's cool. In the core of the Taurus dark cloud. I may have actually imaged that. Let me see. Like everything's on my. There we go. So it was Little Flame Nebula. Little Flame Nebula. I got how much time? Over an hour. Well, that's kind of underwhelming for that. but I can't speak to the phase of the moon when I did image that, but clearly I think I need more time on it. Yeah, it's like I say, I can't speak to what the phase of the moon is. And that was like over an hour of data. Good night, Miami, the Star Pictures Miami. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's definitely LBN 867. That's cool. Need to make note of that one too. Oh, and it's also SH2263. Did I image that one? Let me make a note of that. Look through my SH2263. No, I haven't. No. I've imaged a number of sharpless objects, not that. That looks like a cool one. I need to check that one out. A moon filter. So the problem is the moon produces a lot of light. A lot of it's hard to really kind of get rid of the moon light. Probably the closest thing would be using narrowband filters, which only image very specific frequencies, like which is what I'm using to get that Heart Nebula. It's just imaging around the frequencies of hydrogen, or the light that hydrogen, ionized hydrogen produces, and ionized oxygen. So, and even then, there's still a lot of noise in that image just from other light. So, it does help. Yeah, you're putting together target light. Yeah, the amount of light in general just swamps the center. So, yeah, I mean, because they don't block 100% outside those frequencies, so the moon is just so bright. But that said, like the narrow bands filters do help a lot. And actually, so I've been remiss. But let's see. I hate it when YouTube is trying to be helpful and or not being helpful. A second. I don't like when it does that. Second here. Sorry, I'm just... Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. Yeah, so that's linked to the channel's Discord server, which I need to be better about plugging that during live streams, but we share photos, talk about astronomy stuff, and other random stuff. But yeah, the narrowband filters go a long way. But even then, like this green is like, there's only so much it can do, but it does help a lot, because otherwise I wouldn't be getting even a fraction of this. Yeah. And let's see. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. Look at this one. Yeah. I think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna. Or did I? Did I switch targets? I switched targets and I never started anything. Let's try this. I think I sidetracked myself. And the moon is almost overhead. Like you can kind of tell it is very bright. Oh. Right. So this is another, it's an open cluster and some other, actually a couple little open clusters. So we'll let that image for a bit. Switch back to the heart. Yeah, there's that too. I know I've definitely kind of done it to myself on more than one occasion, where I'm like, hey, should I buy a Newtonian? It's like, yes. So it was worth it. Definitely worth it. Definitely happy with the results. Yeah, I think I'm going to let this, I am going to let this image a little bit longer, and then I'm going to, is that really all that is showing up? No. There's more. I think it's just... Hopefully it's not having issues. Let me try. Just restarting the app that I'm using to view the Seestar. Okay. All right, starting back up. All right. Yeah. Hopefully. Is it loading? Okay. There we go. Much better. All right, I'm gonna rotate this, zoom in a bit. Maybe too much there. Okay. Yeah, so we've got an open cluster here, and then a few other little kind of little odds and ends around here. Oh, nice. Which one are you imaging? Let me zoom in. And you're actually seeing things. Nice. Let me okay. Okay, so that's that. And let's make sure Discord is up to date. And let's zoom on in here. So that is R2, 2025 R2. Which one is that? 2025 R2 is Swan, R2 Swan. Nice. Very nice. Let's definitely see the coma a bit. Yeah, let me look it up on my I made the image so large I couldn't get it back. Okay, so let me see where it is in the sky. Although it might be, if it's to the west, then R2. It is behind the building. Yeah, unfortunately. I could probably see it from Starfront, but I want them to realign my scope. Man. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I did get some images of it like a few days back, but that's another sore subject. Like it was I think it was R2. It was like at its optimal time to image, and that's when my telescope stopped tracking. And they took a while to fix it, or just power cycle it for that matter. Yeah, this is filling in nicely. In the beginning, you kind of just see the edge, but now getting nebulosity everywhere. How much time do I have? It's 36 minutes. I mean, what's the guiding doing tonight? Pretty solid. 0.55. I mean, the good thing is there really isn't any wind right now. My hair is moving because I have a fan pointed at me to keep mosquitoes away. 0.49. I mean, considering I didn't pull her along yet. Let's take it. I think I'm going to let this go up to like maybe get 1 or 2 more subs. So 42 or 45 minutes. So, and then probably wrap it up. And it's getting close to, it'll be about 10 p.m. here. But like I was saying, I think I'll stream again, and let me just check to see what it's looking like. Yeah, the detail is I'm pretty happy with it. And like I say, I'm kind of curious how this will clean up. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of. I mean, I can't really complain with that result, given that not only am I sitting in the city, the moon is so bright that it's like looks like it looks like daytime, even more so than usual. So, uh, yeah, I really do. I do. There's been extenuating circumstances that maybe one day I'll get into. Besides just being busy at work. Oh yeah, so I sidetracked myself. That's what I was. So according to this, we might have some clouds midday tomorrow, but then Thursday looks pretty good, clear most of the day. Friday looks good, and actually it's looking like pretty much for the next 10 days, potentially clear. What else? What's it like at Starfront? Assuming they polar align it. Okay. Starfront looks good tomorrow night. Good Thursday, good Friday, good Saturday. Yeah, also good for the next 10 days. Yeah, so I might stream to Discord tomorrow night, but otherwise I will do a YouTube stream on Thursday, because Thursday morning I have another early morning. And so doing a late night Wednesday is kind of hard. I don't have an early morning tomorrow, so that's why I'm able to do this. And it's still not even that late. But yeah, I'll probably do Thursday and Friday. I mean, those are looking like pretty solid days. The moon will start by the weekend, will be rising like after, like it won't be rising immediately. So that'll start helping. Hopefully I'll have the Seestar at Starfront polar line, because I want to try to finally do 20 or 30, 20 plus second exposures at Starfront. I haven't done it yet. I've only been doing 10 second exposures there. Clear on Thursday. It's like our weather patterns swap. I've got like 10 days of clear weather, and you've got an hour on Thursday. I mean, in the next couple days. But yeah, I think I will do that. Let's do a final kind of check-in on the state of things. And even though I like sitting out here this time of year, because the weather's a lot milder, I am struggling with the small monitor, just trying to juggle a bunch of windows with just the laptop monitor. So that's looking good. Let me switch to this. That's looking nice. I'll have to image this one again. And I mean, all things considered, with the gradient here, that's not too bad. Some star clusters. And let me go back to this. Let me see if I do this one more time. Okay, we're about to get to 45 minutes data. Yeah, like the level of detail in there is it's looking really nice. Yeah, so I think clouds for weeks, that's rough. It's rough. You know, yeah, I know how that goes. The struggle is real, but yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that tonight. Um, sorry for shorter stream, but I think because the moon, in a couple days it'll be a little bit better. Um, the moon won't be at this point until probably midnight or so. So that'll be better. Check out Discord tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be streaming there. And thanks to Donculus and Cosmic Ray for sharing their scopes. And yeah, I think I'll leave it at that and hope everybody has a good rest of their evening. Till next time.